Hello guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, we are the Davilas family, and in today's video I'm just going to delve just right into the video. Guys, in today's video we are going to be cooking dinner for a family of 4. This is a Kenyan meal that you can easily cook. It has no complicated recipes, guys. As you can see me there, I'm first boiling my beef, that is beef meat. I just try and boil it first to make sure it's tender because I have small kids. And as it is boiling, guys, I want to be chopping up the onions, the ingredients that I am going to be using for the stew when I'm frying it, guys. So I'm chopping up the onions. My ingredients are 2 medium onions because I'm just going to separate them with later on when we are cooking our greens, because this Kenyan meal, you have to eat it as a balanced diet. You know, we are going to be having ugali, we are going to be having Kenyan greens, we are going to be having beef. So for that meal to be complete, guys, the 3 have to do a combination. Like, you have to have the combo, the 3 combination of the 3 meals, guys, so that you can feel the taste, you can enjoy the meal in a proper way. So we are going to be chopping up the tomatoes, guys, and then of course I use my capsicum and coriander, yani dania, guys. So let's chop them up and start frying our beef, guys. I love to boil my meat until the water finishes from the pot. As you can see, I'm trying to dry up the meat. I love my meat crispy before starting to fry it. So I'm just adding a little bit of oil so that it doesn't start burning. So as you can see, guys, the meat is starting to turn golden brown, and that is the color I love when cooking my beef meat. So I'm just going to keep on turning it. You can see it's turning brown, and then I have added just a little bit of oil on the meat. So guys, after cooking and trying to dry up the meat for like 1 minute or so, I'm going to add in our onions and stir until they turn to a translucent purple color. That's when, until you hear like just a nice aroma from the onions, that's when you know they are almost done cooking. So I'll keep on stirring it just for a few minutes, then we start adding in our tomatoes. Now we are going in with the second ingredient, which is the tomatoes. So I don't love just putting the tomatoes in and start stirring them. So we are going to be covering them up for just a few minutes for them to cook up with the steam which is coming up from the meat. And then after that, for like 1 minute, we are going to open the lid up, and then now the tomatoes will have cooked and we stir them. So you can see, guys, it's very easy for you to put in the tomatoes on top. Then after a few minutes of covering them and them cooking up with the steam, it's very easy for them to cook. They cook very nicely and very fast. So we're just stirring it. Then we're going to add in our last 2 ingredients. If I can pick one advantage of being a stay-at-home right now, mom, one of the best things, you get to plan your family meals. You get to ensure that your kids, your husband gets the best meals, like in a balanced way. You don't have to struggle knowing what you are cooking today. You have the time to plan your meals, to plan for your family. That's one of the best advantages of being a stay-at-home that I have identified. Maybe moving forward, we are going to get more advantages of that, I believe. So you can see, guys, on the other pot, on the other side, we are going to start cooking our ugali. If you're Kenyan, you know this meal. This is one of the simplest meals Kenyans love to cook in their homes. Even most Kenyans here, they love eating ugali like daily, on a daily basis. Yeah, in most communities in Kenya, most communities love feasting on this ugali. It's basically maize flour. Maize, then they grind it to make it flour, and that's it. This is maize flour, so that is what is called ugali. If you're not Kenyan, kindly comment down below and let me know if you can try this meal, and if you're going to try it, let me know how yours stand out. Actually, when I was recording while cooking the ugali, my camera, I noticed it was not recording. So first of all, you have to boil the water to a maximum. Let your water boil, then you can start putting in the flour bit by bit. But for me, I love first taking out some water, then pouring in the maize flour as I stir it for it to become this consistent. As you can see, to that consistency, we love it at that consistency, not so hard, not so soft, at the medium. Then when you realize everything is not mixed up properly, you can start now adding the hot water that you had earlier removed, guys. So guys, I think our ugali is ready. I love cooking mine until I see some it has stuck down there. You can see that's when I know my ugali is ready. And you have to cook this on a lot of heat, not a lot of heat, but medium heat, because when you cook it under low heat, it will taste it will not cook, it will taste blunt. So guys, I love cooking this for a maximum of, let's say, 6 minutes or 7. That's when I know the ugali is ready. This is the fastest meal you can cook. All Kenyans know this. I had earlier mentioned we are doing this with a side of greens, so I'm going to be adding in some just vegetable oil, some onions. I'm going to stir that for a few minutes, maybe 1 minute or 2, to let the onions cook a bit. I'm not going to let them cook until they become golden brown, because this is just like steaming up the veggies, the greens that we are going to be putting in for us to have with ugali and our beef. Yeah, so guys, you can see the onions are starting to cook, and then in goes the green vegetables. Yeah, you can see mine I had frozen. I had placed them in the fridge because the last time we cooked them, they were a lot, so I had to separate them and store them in the fridge and cook them in another day. That's another hack that you can do. So guys, my ugali is ready, and I don't just love serving it just like that, so I'm going to try and make a nice shape out of my ugali. Yeah, I'm just putting it in a bowl to have just a round ball of ugali, which can become very appetizing, and you can eat a lot of ugali if you're not careful by trying to mold it in a container. Yeah, so we are putting that in as our green vegetables are cooking on the other side. We're going to be cooking that for about 4 minutes or minimum. Yeah, you can see that is our ugali. Yeah. And guys, I had forgotten to mention we are going to be adding just a pinch of salt, or the maximum of salt that you love eating in your food. So you can see the greens are almost done. I don't cook my greens until they lose color. I love having them with the green color. That's when I know they are still retaining the green nutritional value that we are supposed to be having as a family. So just a few stars in there, and our green vegetables and ugali and beef is ready, guys. Let's serve it now. Remember when we had placed our ugali in a round container? Here it is. Now you have to put it over on the other side for the ugali to make its shape, and you have to put it when it's hot, when it's still hot, so that you can get the round ugali shape. So I'm just going to be plating my meal. Wow, you can see, guys, we have a nice round ball of ugali. So I'm going to be plating my beef there. Guys, I forgot to tell you, I added in my coriander after adding in the capsicum. So we are adding that beef. Look at that, so yummy, guys. I'm starting even to salivate, and we had eaten this meal already, guys. I feel like eating it all over again. So in there goes our green vegetables. As you can see, they are so green, so healthy, guys. This is a whole balanced diet. This is a very good Kenyan meal, guys. Look at that. Look at that. So guys, comment down below if you're not Kenyan. Kindly try this recipe and let me know how yours turned out. Let me know. So I'm going to be serving this to my family, and they really enjoyed this simple Kenyan meal, guys. So until next time, see you.